is Edwina Ross, and I've been working for the Engineering Institute of Technology for many, many years. In fact, let me go through, because I think that there's a little.
I think
Okay. Yeah, do you want to quickly
do,
give them the intro, Tony?
yeah, let me just give them the info, then I'll give you the mic, then you can take over.
Sure.
Good morning, good day, everyone. My name is Tony. I'm a course advisor at EIT, and I'll be your host for the day. Before we begin, I'd like to cover some few notes so that everyone get the most of this session. On your screen now, these are the notification and sound options. You are able to switch on and off the notification and sound as you wish during the webinar or the presentation. Please post any question under the Q&A function at the top right hand corner. If the question has to do with today's topic, our presenter will be able to assist regarding that. If it has to do with our course offering, I will be able to assist regarding that. Welcome once more to our Visual Open Week 2025. Today's topic will be communication mastery for professionals in the engineering space. Our presenter for the day will be Edwina Ross, who is our academic public affairs manager, and also Benjamin Taylor, EIT student. Moving right along, these are our frequently asked questions. Everyone registered for the webinar will receive a copy of the PDF slides and a link to the video recording within the next 2 business days via an email. Please do check your junk folder, spam folder if the email does not appear in your inbox. We will also provide a free digital certificate of attendance for live attendees. There will be a link and a QR code at the end of the session. So to qualify for the certificate of attendance, please make sure that you do stay with us until the end of the session. And just a little about EIT. EIT is one of the only institutes in the world specializing in engineering. We deliver professional certificate, which are our 3-month programs, to our highest qualification, which is Doctorate of Engineering. Our programs are designed by industry experts, ensuring you graduate with cutting-edge skills that are valued by employers. Our vocational programs and higher education degree are registered and accredited by Australian government. We have programs that are also recognized under the 3 International Engineering Accord, which is going to be the Washington Accord, Sydney Accord, and the Dublin Accord. Our lectures are highly experienced engineers and subject specialists with applied knowledge. We also do deliver our programs via a unique delivery methodology that make use of live and interactive webinar. Just moving right along. So these are some of the reasons why students basically choose EIT. As you can see on your screen, number
it's
one.
Not changing on mine. It's not changing on mine.
It's not changing on your side.
Where are you up to?
Screen? Discover why students. Are you able to see that? I'll give you.
Can you please think to a presenter? The slides are moving on this end.
Oh, they are, because they're not on mine, but it's because Tony's in charge.
Yes,
okay. That's okay. That's all right. Sorry, everyone.
Yes. So these are some of the reasons why students choose EIT. As you can see, number 1, Australian provider for students' overall satisfaction in postgrad engineering programs. We are top 3 Australian provider for quality of education experience for undergraduate engineering. Top 3 is the Australian provider for student support for postgrad engineering programs. So these are some of the awards that we were able to win last year. We won the 2024 Australian Export Award for International Education and Training. We also won the 2024 West Australian Export Award for International Education and Training. And yes, once again, our presenter for the day will be Edwina Ross. Edwin Ross, as I've said, academic public affairs manager. Not only that, but she's an English teacher also, well, a migrant, an EIT staff member over 20 years, with communication, a critical part of the job. Edwin, I think you can.
We can go.
Now.
All right. You've given me
Yes.
control. I'm just going to quickly, I'm just going to scroll through my.
Let me quickly give you control.
Okay.
Just a moment.
Please take control, Edwina.
You should be able to.
How do I take control? I think, can you see from my side? How do I?
You click on take control, top left of your screen there.
Uh-oh. Take control.
Yes.
Where is that? They can see what you bring. Top left. Oh, yes, take control. Yes, sorry. You can see one of my skills is not really. Can you see it now? It's not IT. Can you see it?
Yes, please move one slide so that we know you have control. Thank you, Edwina. Thank you, Tony.
Is it big enough? Can you see everybody?
Yes.
Is that big enough? You can see that because it's quite small on my side, but that's fine. I can see it.
Yes, apologies once more. Edwina, if you'd like to magnify your screen, please click on the 3 dots at the bottom of your screen. It'll be more actions, and then the first option that says take magnify presenter view, or yes.
Oh, no. It just takes it outside the site. No, it's fine. It's all good. Is that Cheppy? Thank you.
It is Cheppy. Thank you, Gina.
That's fine. All right, everybody. Now, let's get going. Welcome today, and I do hope, yes, we can see. Thank you so much, Evans. That's good. That's good news. And please shout if you can't hear me or if I drop out or something like that. I do want you involved, so please be ready to type in that little chat box. And if I miss a comment, Tony will help me and feed it back to me. Okay, now some of you are thinking, why? I know not all of you, because Alexia said she wants more about communications and she's already studying a course in engineering, a degree. But why do you think communication is such an important thing in engineering? Surely there are other more important things, and there probably are. But why communication? Just if you can think of 1 or 2 words to put in the box, that would be fantastic before I launch that first slide. Why is it important? How do you work as an engineer? Now, you're not allowed to be shy. You have to and you can make mistakes. All right, let's go. Okay. All right. Engineering, it's complex, it's technical, it demands precision. Yes, there we go, Alexia, exactly. And Ahmad, fantastic. Okay, we've got some feedback. It is scientific, for sure. It's underpinned by science. But you are trying to solve problems. Okay, good, Cheppy, collaboration. All right, so it demands precision and accuracy, but you may need to communicate your ideas. And you will have to communicate your ideas because there will be a client involved and you will be working in a team, most certainly. It's very rarely that engineers or technicians work on their own. So you'll be working in teams, and you need to be able to communicate your ideas as you go, as you move through. Absolutely, it builds our confidence because you are articulating, you are testing your ideas when you communicate in your group. And your group needs to be that safe space where you can, you can share your ideas. And sometimes you will be in a team where you've got a new person. Somebody's just joined, a new graduate, a new employee. You have to be able to communicate. It is critical, but as I said to Alexia before, we learn all through our lives and you will be honing the skill. But make sure you do. Don't underestimate it. And I think as a lot of employers are saying is that people tend not to have the communication skills they would like in the workplace from engineers and technicians and technologists. So work on it. Don't ever underestimate it. Okay, and you are collaborators, as Chepi says. You work in teams. It must be. Now, who can tell me what is synergy? Team cooperation equals synergy. I had to look it up as well. I mean, you hear about it. We use the word all the time. What is synergy? It basically is exactly that. If we cooperate, if we collaborate, we are likely to come up with a better result. If you go down to my next bold on that slide, you'll say 2 heads are better than 1. And if you're in a team, listen to each other. Make sure you do put your heads together and you collaborate, and it'll be just brilliant. You'll definitely come up with that best solution. Good. Thank you, David, to build and sustain teamwork. Absolutely, because the synergy is putting your heads together. I'm just quickly looking through my slides. I'm not going to read off them. You will get them, as Tony says, so you can go over these in your own time. There is one big but. We all have different communication styles, and we are all essentially different. That can cause some issues. Let me see where I'm up to. Who can think of one example of where bad communication has actually affected what they were trying to do in their workplace, in an engineering project? Who can give a quick example? It's so hard. I wish I could give you the mic, because that would make it so much easier for me to hear your ideas. But who can think of a real example of where things went bad because the communication failed? Anybody? It's okay if you can't, but it will be so much more meaningful if you can come up with those ideas. What about you, Chepi? Have you got one where communication failed? I know you're not an engineer, but can you think?
Sure. So we recently are moving offices. Okay, there we go. I think Alexia is there for you.
Alexia did a hackathon at the beginning of the year, and some features couldn't get implemented because conflict. I'm not sure I know what a hackathon is, but because there was conflict in the team, so people were butting heads rather than going, let's listen. Yeah, it brings distractions. Absolutely, it does. So we need to be much more collaborative. I have seen in my experience at work that when people just go, nah, not like that, that's not helpful. It's not helpful ever. You've got to go, okay, that's an interesting idea. Let's see how we can hone it a bit, because I think in that, just like that, it's probably not adequate. You see, you're just giving a little bit more. You are helping the team reach that better solution. Okay, went for a debate competition, but my points were seen as wrong because they were unable to be understood. Craig, thank you for sharing that. It was brave to share that. Now, my instinct is because you probably didn't explain them adequately. I might be wrong, or you didn't give enough evidence. Remember, we can say stuff, but we need to be able to back it up. We need to know our stuff. And like communication, in the engineering field, you'll be learning all the time. You'll be gaining experience. Okay, so just be more consultative. Hi, Benjamin. I just have seen your pictures popped up. Benjamin is our student. He'll be presenting some slides at the end. Good to see you. But thank you for sharing that, guys. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see what these different styles are. Oh, my slide is so small. Okay. Those first two, passive or submissive, allowing others to do the talking, being assertive, leaving little space for others to talk, they can be useful. Because remember, the assertive person might be the most knowledgeable in the group. So that's okay. But not if he or she is not listening. Because he or she might be very experienced, but he or she doesn't know everything. The passive or submissive one might have a great deal of information. So if you are or you will become a team leader, you'll need to draw the quieter person out, and you will need to learn how to calm that more assertive person down so that all voices can be heard. Because we can't just decide, okay, let's just listen to the loud voice. It's not okay. Now those last two, manipulative or indirect. Why do you think the manipulative personality or communication style is not ideal? Let me put it like that. What does it mean? Who can write in there? Who's got an idea? Benjamin, you probably can take the mic. Do you have it? Are you able to talk?
I am able to talk. Yes, Edwina.
Tell me about the manipulative communication style. How is that perhaps not ideal? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. We've got a feedback on that. Can you see the chat, David? I mean, Ben, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
David,
yeah.
David has just said they use other people as puppets. Okay. I think that's
I think that's a big part of it. Look, I think for people to get to be able to get what they want, or particularly what they desire out of a certain outcome, I think a lot of it does include a little bit of manipulation, depending on how far you want to go with that. But it definitely is there, particularly within hospital settings.
Just quickly give a bit of background about you, Ben. I know we're jumping the gun, but why you say hospital settings is important.
Okay, so my name's Benjamin Taylor. I'm a previous student. I've actually just finished my advanced diploma of biomedical engineering with EIT. That's just a little bit of a background with me. I've been working in the industry for 3 years, been working in hospitals for 10. Hence
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at some of the comments. Sorry, Ben.
No, you're right. Yeah, it is a little bit of dark psychology in regards to manipulation for sure. But so is some parts of communication as well. It is the darker side, but it is there as well. So.
But I think, thank you so much for your intro. I just wanted them to understand why the hospital workplace came into your discussion. But those are very good points, but they're quite on the extreme side of manipulation, I think. But yes, dark psychology. But it does undermine trust. And I think what happens is that if you are a manipulator, then you are less likely to listen and be collaborative. So it's not a useful style. And as a team leader, you would have to manage that very carefully, controlling someone with your own advantage, often dishonest. Totally agree, MacDonald. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback, you guys. It's brilliant. And this other one, indirect, it's probably not as obvious. So if you have an indirect way of communicating, how is that difficult in a team? It could be related to being manipulative.
I think a lot of it, Edwina, might be a lot of physical, non-communicative, physical communication rather than verbal communication in this instance. You know, walking around in a workplace, or eye contact, or I guess anything that's non-verbal can be associated with that for sure.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I think some people feel more in control when they communicate in that way. But again, if you are in a team, you need to pin it down because it does need to be articulated. I think it can also suggest a lack of knowledge perhaps in that area. So if you see that, then as a team leader, just quietly, privately, just say, look, is there something you need to know more about so that you can communicate more openly? Because it's not useful to anybody. But thank you. Thanks, Ben, for that. Okay, making our differences work. What can you do to leverage different styles? Okay, this is number 12. It says, as a team leader, watch and learn. That is the best advice you can be given, I reckon. I know that communication is often, you know, we writing or we speaking, but it's also a great deal of observation and listening. Because if you do become, or if you are a team leader, you need to understand your team so that you can use them to their best advantage. If you've got some that are quiet and submissive, you need to try and help them to become more confident. Okay, so watch carefully, watch behaviors, watch them, and you don't need to be a buddy, don't need to be a friend, no. But you do need to be aware and you need to be kind. I always believe in kindness. I think it gets you a long way. Okay, so I've just given you a couple of suggestions of how you encourage the quieter ones and you quieten the other ones. But it was interesting. I looked at those 6 personality types that I found. Now I can't even see my slide so small. And I think that if we could all nurture all of those in all of us, it would be brilliant, wouldn't it? If you're a thinker, if you are, what's that next one say? I can't see that next one. Oh, thank you,
Sorry,
Chippy. Can you help me read those?
So I'm going to ask you to click on the 3 dots at the bottom of your screen, right next to the number of slides. There's like 3 dots there that say more actions.
Yes.
Hide presenter view, please. Please click on that.
Oh, hide presenter view.
Yes, please.
Ah, that's done it. Now I can see. And I nearly couldn't read my best one, my most favorite one. Our dean, some of you might have met him on one of the sessions yesterday. He believes absolutely in persistence. Absolutely. So the persister is brilliant because you don't want people to give up. You want them to persist. So if we can all be thinkers, persisters, the harmonizer brings everybody together. Not you know, no conflict allowed, just try and nut things out. The imaginer, which is similar to the thinker, you know, how can we sort this out? And I love the rebel. The rebel will come from left field and sometimes bring the best ideas. Don't discount them, but watch them carefully because they could go completely mad. I think the rebel might be that bottom guy who's doing sort of dancing thing. And then the promoter is an interesting one, somebody who's very outgoing but kind and, you know, communicates well. So if we can have all of those in us, but if not, some of those people in a team, you'll be doing very, very well. Okay. All right, where are we up to? What slide is this? 13? Oh, before slide 13, just hang on. No, I'm not going to leave that. Let's go because I know I've got not much time and I always talk too much. Okay, so if you are probably mostly important for team leaders, but just even if you're part of a team, it's your responsibility too, okay? So if you are part of a team, you will have regular catch-ups. Be amenable to that. Be open to that. But make sure they don't go on forever, because then you're wasting your work day. You just need to get together, make sure you're all on the same page, and then you go on. Now, please stop me, everybody, if you feel that I'm using too many idioms. I'm very conscious that some of you might have English as a second language. So please, if you are unclear about anything I'm saying, just say, what does that mean on the same page? But it means that you are all heading in the same direction in terms of the project. And make sure that you check in with your team all the time. Are you sure they're understanding the direction you're taking? Are they understanding exactly what they should be doing in terms of the successful outcome of that project? And there will be problems, but it's okay. You just confront them, work out how they can be solved, and together solve them and move on. Okay, that's normal. That's just normal. Life never goes in a straight line. We all know that. All right, we have to keep our client front and center, because at the end of the day, you know, like us at a college, okay, our students are our clients. They are sovereign. They have to be, because at the end of the day, we are ensuring that they get the education they need so that they can fire up their careers and barrel onwards. Same with an engineering project. Okay, the client has said, can you help us with this? For sure. So, but who can tell me in that subtitle there's a small little sort of spelling error? What is it? Come on, brave people. Ben, what's the spelling error in the subtitle? Where it goes, after all, the customer pays the bills. Can you
It's
tell?
more of an
It's not.
apostrophe than a full stop.
No,
No.
it shouldn't be. There's a word that's spelt all right, but it should be, yes, Cheppy. Cheppy, well done. It's 2 words. Obviously, when I checked these slides, didn't pick that up. It's not a really bad one. That's okay. But you need to be honest more than anything. Catch up regularly with the client. If the client wants to meet today, meet with the client. Don't say, oh, I'm just a bit busy. No, the client must come first. Catch up regularly. Explain how you're progressing beautifully. You've got to put the good things up there, but you've also got to be honest. Are there challenges? Are there risks? For sure there will be. But if you want to maintain your client's trust, you need to be upfront about those things. Just say, this is what we're doing to mitigate this problem or to lessen the fallout from it. And this is how we propose. And if it costs a lot of money, just be very gentle to solve it. Okay, but be honest. If everything you do, everybody, you will find that your whole career will be so much more heartwarming if you can be honest in everything you do. Okay, let's go on. All right, now this is a strange one. Commitment. Oh no, I also did want to say, where were we? Slide 12, I think I missed it out. When I was saying that you should just be committed for a while, when I was saying that you should look carefully and watch people's behavior and learn about your team so that you can utilize them really well, and you can bring out, improve people's weaknesses, and and perhaps use their strengths. Fantastic. There's something else that you really, really need to be, whether you are just a team member or a team leader particularly, and that is to know yourself. You must understand yourself. You must understand what your motivations are, what your strengths are, and what your weaknesses are. Because if your strengths are as you see them, and that's really what they are, then that will be brilliant for you. But if you have weaknesses, then improve them. It's not so easy for everybody, this. If you have a very strong or healthy emotional intelligence, you're likely to be better at that. But emotional intelligence, unlike normal intelligence, actually improves as we grow older, especially if you're willing to be open to it and to look at good behavior and think, yeah, I don't mind that. That looks really good. I wonder if I can hone that in me. And then just be wary of perhaps your weaknesses. So don't only look at other people's behavior, look internally. And I promise you that will actually help you with your communication, because you will, if you understand yourself better, you will communicate better with others, and be better consulting, be a much better collaborator as well. All right, we'll be committed. Okay, as that little image shows you, you need to all commit to a project. It is very difficult if you've got people who don't really care. Now, you will always have people like that in teams, sadly. I know I've worked in a company for, and various, when I was a teacher, and now with the EIT, I see lovely, committed people, and it's so easy to work alongside them, but they're not all like that. And it's not always easy to be committed. But I think it makes for such a pleasant environment when people want to get things done, and they help, basically. Your projects will be successful if you can commit to them. Just remember, everybody, you don't always need to stay where you are, but while you're there, hone your skills. If you want to hone your skills while you're there, you need to commit to what you're doing. And that is hugely important. Okay, so to be committed, you need to listen actively. Okay, so what's active listening? Who can put some comments in the chat box? What's active? I mean, we listen, but what's active listening? What the hell is that? Who can tell? Ben, you can also butt in when you want to. Good. Lexia, listening to understand, for sure. But what is the not just to reply? For sure. Okay, so there's
acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so when you say, no, that's exactly right. Because when you acknowledge, you are doing something actively. You are going, oh, I see. Or pay attention and not interrupting. Good, David, yes. But pay attention to details, yes. But sometimes it might escape you. A detail might escape you. So what are you going to do if it escapes you? What would an active listener do then? So I'm sorry to interrupt. Exactly. That's active listening. And talk to me, Ben, and I will show you with my face how I can actively listen. How's the weather where are you, by the way?
I'm in Brisbane, actually.
Okay. What's the weather like there today, Ben?
It's not been too bad, actually. Mildly sunny, not too many clouds. Probably a height of maybe 34.
That's very hot. Okay. I don't know if you could see me, Ben, but I was trying to show with my face that I was listening. Okay. Question what they heard, for sure. And sometimes when you're talking and somebody says, so what you're saying is fantastic, because they've rephrased it. And either they've understood it and you can say that's spot on, or else they've misunderstood it, and probably not the only person in the group to have misunderstood. So then, as the presenter, you can rephrase it. You can explain it again. So that active listening is so important. I mean, you don't have to go all the time, because in a group that would be so tedious, but being fully engaged, David, I totally agree. So some eye contact, take down notes if permitting. Good, MacDonald. I don't see why that wouldn't be. I think it's a brilliant thing. When we train up staff, I'm always so impressed when they're taking notes, because you can't possibly remember everything. So good. And I'm a bit old-fashioned. I like hard copy, but I'm sure some people would be taking notes on their phone as long as they're not on Facebook. Just saying. But no, those are all very good. Tony, you have to just shout at me if I've missed somebody listening, but they're all good. But it means active, being engaged, for sure. Ask questions and give constructive feedback. I've said this is a critical one, because your ideas or your feedback might be a light bulb moment for the person who is so-called in charge of the group. It might be like, that's astonishing. I hadn't actually thought of that, because you can't possibly think of everything. So don't be shy. Don't be overbearing either. Don't be arrogant. As I say, they never be arrogant. And that scary stat, 1 out of 5 projects fail because of ineffective communication. So you see, technical engineers and technicians and technologists, don't underestimate it. It's very important. You probably think, oh, she's a boring English teacher. Shut up. All right, here's some tips and tricks. The 7 C's of communication. This is probably more important for your written communication, which we still do all the time. Okay, just look at those around there. They're 2 that almost could be contradictory. Can you see which ones they are? 2 little bubbles that could be contradictory. Can you see which ones they are? Almost. Come on, brave people. Doesn't matter if you make a mistake. It's not a mistake anyway. Ha! Alexia, spot on. And if you had spelled completely, you would have been even more spot on. I'm only tricking you, typing quickly. Exactly. We need to be sure to explain everything, but we also need to be concise. Not contradictory at all, but use plain English. Make sure everything is there. Try and look at it as if you are the receiver, not the writer, which is what you are, so that you can see it from the other person's point of view. Okay, brilliant. Clear and complete. I think, Ngoti, I think those go quite well together. I can't see them contradicting, clear and complete. But I think, no, I like those 2 together. They're not contradictory. Those are good partners, those. But let's just look at some of these. Coherent, be logical. Okay, you guys and girls are good at that. Logic is probably better. You are much better than that, say, an English teacher. Okay, be correct. Be accurate. You can't possibly know everything, so check. Okay? Don't be afraid to do more research. Okay, ask somebody who knows, but be accurate. And clarity is so good, as you say, Ngoti. Plain English, though, please. Don't be fancy. Clear and concise. Yeah, those are probably more contradictory, like the complete and concise. I agree, Evans. Okay, but they're all good in their own way, and it doesn't mean because you're writing in a complete way that you're not being concise, but just look at it. Hone your writing skills. Concrete is good because, I mean, obviously some of you in civil and structural will be working with it, but concrete communication is good because it's plain English. It's nothing big fancy. You don't need to be fancy. When you need to communicate something in your environment, mainly plain English that's clear and easy for the person to understand who's receiving it. Tell me about that courtesy, being courteous. Is that important? You can just put your thumbs up if you think it is, thumb down if you don't think it is. What do you reckon? Okay, Lexia reckons it is. Yes, Maxwell thinks it is. David, you say clear and coherent are good. Do you think that we need to be courteous, though? Ben, what about you? Do you think we need to be courteous in our communication?
Of course, I think all communications between other staff members in the workplace should always be clear and courteous.
Yeah.
You don't know what the other person's dealing with in their own personal life, so I think that's always something to remember as well.
It's very, very good and important information. How do we do it? What are we looking at in our language? It's the feeling in your words. Now that might sound touchy-feely, something in a novel. It's not, everybody. I could say, no, not like that. That is a very curt tone. So it's the tone in your voice, comes through in your writing and when you're speaking. So to be courteous, you just try and find the gentle things. Instead of saying, we need that done by, just say, please, so-and-so, can you have this done by this date? Be clear, be concise, but put it courteously. It's 2 seconds longer to write those extra words. Do it. It's the feeling behind it. And honestly, you will win your team over if you just show some courtesy. Okay, so that's tone in your voice. Okay, let's go. I'm speaking for far too long. Barriers to communication. All right, quickly. Be prepared, especially if you're presenting to your client, to your team, to some of your teammates. Be prepared. Use the best mode. Don't call a whole meeting if it can be done through an email or if it needs to be a phone call. And don't tell them something horrible just before the weekend start. They'll drink far too much. I'm only kidding. Make sure your timing is good. Okay. Now, all of us are working in, not all of us, many of us are working in international teams. Be conscious. If you are communicating in English, which is a second language, be aware of your accent and if your English is broken. Work on it. Okay? Speak slowly. Okay? But refine them. Just keep going. Never get to the possible end point, but Gorty, I like that. Courteous is being polite. Exactly. Being disinterested. Nah, don't do that. Always be interested, even if it is very, very dull. But you can always cut people off gently, remember? Tone. If somebody's rabbiting on, you see now I'm using another idiom, you just go, oh, that's really interesting. What about, and try and distract them a little bit. Shh, cut it short. But listen, be attentive. And if you are presenting to a group, be observant, because if they start falling asleep, you know that you haven't got them engaged. Okay, so just all these things. As I said, these slides can be gone over later. Some extra tips. No. Tell me about humor. I've just jumped to the bottom there. Ben, what do you reckon in a work environment? Do you think humor is appropriate?
I think depending on the scenario, depending on who you're talking to, I think humor is a big part of getting through any day. Yeah, I do. Massive part of the workplace.
I totally agree. In fact, I think if we didn't have humor, please comment as well. Yes, Maxwell, it can put people at ease. I agree. But we've got to be careful, especially if you are, don't let it be tacky, but as Ben said, assess your target audience. If you know the people well, you can use it. It can be very useful. And honestly, the days can get quite long if there's no humor. Life can get quite long if there's no humor. So it can be hugely good, but just make sure it's not offensive or hurtful to anybody, okay? And just be aware, your target audience is critical there. It's your turn, Ben.
Fantastic.
Yes, that does look like you. That's not an imposter.
Let me pull up my. There we go. All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you, and thank you, Edwina, for the invitation today. It does actually mean a lot to be asked to come back after my studies and help out with the future potential students as well. So, just a brief, quick example of myself. Obviously, my name is Benjamin Taylor. I've been working in the hospital industry for about 10 years. I was an orderly for 7, and the last 3 years I've been finishing and working full-time as a biomedical engineering technician at a local private hospital here in Brisbane. I've been given a couple of questions to kind of go over with everybody. I know we've touched on points throughout this evening already. But I think good communication skills are crucial to today's engineers, whether it's clearly expressing technical ideas, aspects of a project, or communicating to staff or medical staff in my field, as well as managing and coordinating teams. Good communication keeps everybody on the same page, saves time, and prevents costly mistakes. Being in engineering, there are a lot of expenses, obviously. So, especially medical engineering, as medical parts are not cheap. So, good example I can recall during a group project in regards to communication. Everybody had pretty strong opinions in which way we wanted to go about the options that we had with this group project. We tried to keep it as simple as possible. We broke it down to the KISS acronym, is keep it stupid simple, which is always a good one I keep in the back of my head. Obviously, listening to and simplifying the problem is a big one. We quickly arrived to a solution that satisfied everybody. One particular skill that I've learned at EIT is how to break down complex engineering concepts. This is something that everybody, I think, should be, training themselves on, because you're able to then use analogies alongside everyday examples to essentially assist in your explanation. And if you're good at this, you can talk to non-technical team members or staff and explain from an engineering perspective as well, tying that all in.
There's a question, Ben. Sorry, can I just, it says this certificate related to computer engineering. No, so if you could just give a little bit of background about is that what you mean, Ahmed? You see there's this question there. I don't, because it's not to do with computer engineering. So just what is your day-to-day? What is the advanced diploma helped you do in your day-to-day job?
Well, it's obviously helped me with the electrical basics approach. We've gone through the very basics of electrical engineering, all the way through to talking about AI, to communication, and essentially everything that is encapsulated with engineering in itself. And a lot of that I've taken into the real world. And applied that to my position as a biomed, going through and being able to apply that is definitely beneficial, for sure.
Thank you. Sorry to have interrupted.
No, that's okay.
Where were you up to?
So I was just leading into, so the reason why I was actually brought on board as a biomed is because of my experience, or technical experience, working as an orderly, working with the machines themselves. So I think when the feelers were put out there within the hospital, a lot of my name popped up with a couple of managers that thought I might be a good fit for that position because of my communication skills in and around the hospital. So that's kind of where I am, why I'm now a biomed. And as this course has advanced, me professionally tenfold, to obviously assist with that. So yeah, it's been really, really good. My overall experience with EIT has been absolutely fantastic. So couldn't ask anybody to go with IT to moving forward. So yeah, they've been really good. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet, Ben. And I think also important when you look at the qualifications, look at where you're living in the world, everybody. Because I don't know if you've noticed, Ben, but we don't actually have a degree in biomedical engineering, only because we've realized that they need technicians on the ground like you, but we don't design the medical equipment in Australia. To do that, you would have to go to the States, somewhere like the States, I'm sure other places in the world. Do you agree, Ben?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
We've actually had a lot of applicants over the last 2 years applying to various biomed roles within the hospitals. And a lot of them are actually wanting to go and design the engineering products and equipment themselves rather than just being technicians. But sorry, I might have got confused earlier with degree, but it is an advanced diploma that I had.
Yeah. No, you didn't. No. Well, I just thought when you said where you had come from and what you were asked to do, it's perfect. This qualification, why I'm saying wherever you are in the world, please be careful. Do a qualification that's going to actually serve you well in that
Absolutely.
environment. Yeah, unless you're prepared to move, but it's not always that easy to move. So just look around, just see what is needed in this part of the world, and then go from there. So no, I wasn't finding fault in what you'd said at all, Ben. I just wanted people to be cautious. They for sure. Is there anything else? Did you have another slide? Do I change a slide for you? I think you had another slide. Do you want me to change it?
No, I didn't put another slide in there. So no, that's it. Must be it. Beautiful.
I think,
so that was yours.
I mean, if Benjamin can take control, because there are a few more slides.
Oh, I think he's told us that. Is that your backstory?
Yes, yeah, I did actually. Sorry, that is. I was just reading that then. A little bit of a backstory. Yeah, I think I've kind of we've kind of skipped ahead too quickly there, but yeah, I did write a couple of slides there that you're obviously welcome to go through. Just a little bit of a backstory and some information about myself and kind of why I got into biomed. And why the course is important.
Yep. It would be interesting to chat to you on a different level, but I bet the machinery and the stuff that you're finding on the floor is changing all the time, Ben. Is it the imagery, whatever? I'm not that clued up on but it must be changing radically all the time.
Yeah, so there is a lot of equipment that we've bought in. I was very lucky to be one of the biomeds to accept and electrical safety test one of the new Da Vinci robots that our hospital actually has at the Wesley and St Andrews hospitals here in Brisbane. I believe the Wesley Hospital was one of the first hospitals in the Southern Hemisphere, apart from maybe Sydney, that actually had this Da Vinci robot, and it is cutting edge. There's a doctor sitting in the corner using his fingers, kind of sitting in a scope sort of channel, and is in the corner all by himself, and he's using the four arms that device technologies have created for the Da Vinci robot to work on the patient external. I think it's been done from across the other side of the world as well. I can't remember exactly where, but I know there was a latency issue with the internet network that they had to fix up before they could can, obviously go ahead with that breakthrough in medical. It was fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So
that's amazing. That is incredible. So doctors are having to learn a whole new range of skills, hey?
100%, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's scary. I'm just responding to Ahmed. Tony will be in touch with him. I can't answer that question. Is there another? You've
That
said
was
all of
just
this
more
stuff, hey?
explaining. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all. Okay, let's hear from the attendees. Is there any questions that anybody would like us to answer? We can do it now, or I can ask one of my team to get in touch with you. Otherwise, I think we're more or less at the end. Is there anything that you want me to quickly talk about, or any questions? What I will do, I'm just going to put my email address here, you guys. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Please don't hesitate if you have questions that you want answered. And I think you have other contacts in the company anyway. And I'm not meaning about the courses. I'm not interested in selling you anything, you guys. I'm interested if you have any questions on communication, perhaps curly things that are happening and you want my help with that, then please let me know. Oh, okay. Tony's getting back to Ahmed. But I think we can wrap up. I'd just like to extend a big fat thank you to Ben for being part of this. It's very kind of you, and thank you for popping up, and because I was able to pick on you quite a lot through the session. Ben, thank you very much.
Not a problem
And,
at all, Edwina. It was a pleasure to come on board.
Well, hopefully we'll meet you over in Perth at some stage. You must come and visit us here. Because I think we've opened a campus recently in Brisbane, so you never know. I might come and annoy you over there. But Tony, thank you for hosting it. That's very kind, and Cheppy for jumping in as well and helping me read my slides, because I was I was struggling even with my glasses on. And thank you so much to all attendees for being here today. Thank you, Alexia. It was lovely to have you on board. Tony, do you want to just finish up for us?
Thank you, Edwina. Yes, taking control. I would like to thank everyone, all the attendees, and I would like to extend my sincere thanks to both of you, Edwina and Anthony, for the wonderful and insight. Yes, sorry, Benjamin, for the wonderful and insightful presentation on communication. It was very much insightful. Moving right along. So something exciting for our attendees today. EIT is running a competition. We have an Automate EIT's engineering video competition. What you need to do basically is to showcase your creativity and humor in a video for a chance to claim a grand prize of 2,000 USD, or be one of the 10 runner-up to pocket 100 USD each, whether it's a clever twist or on a traditional tool or a hilarious automation idea. Your 3-minute skit could turn engineering creativity into a cash reward. Conditions do apply. So I will be sharing the link on the chat so that you are able to join the competition. Moving right along on the screen now, this is the QR code. You are able to scan the QR code for the certificate of attendance. I will also be sharing the link for certificate of attendance. Please do use your real names on the certificate when claiming the certificate. Avoid using your nicknames. I think we are almost done. Any questions for the presenter or me? I think we still have a few minutes. I think we can take few questions. If you guys do have any questions, you can just write them on the chat. I'll just read them out to Edwin. can we get the link to the attendance? Yes, I'll be sharing the link to you, Ahmed. I'll be sharing the link shortly on the platform. Just a moment. Please, the link. Okay, I'm sharing the link just now. Just a moment. I'm sharing the link just now to the certificate. Just a moment. I've shared the link on the chat, and you can also scan the QR code on the screen to claim your certificate of attendance. Any more questions from our attendees for the day? Okay, I think we are done. I think everyone is satisfied, hopefully. And yes, we will be sharing the video with you guys. So just please check your junk folder, spam folder if the email does not appear in your inbox. Any last word from you, Edwina?
Just as I said in my little post, please take good care of yourselves, everybody. And wherever you are in the world, Ben, he'll be falling asleep very soon. I'll be going home. And I know that you're all different patches of your day, but please have a good rest of the day wherever you're up to. And thank you so much, Tony, for hosting us today.
Yes, agreed. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Is that okay?
Thank
Can
you
I
very
leave,
much.
Tony? Thank you so much.
Yes, you can leave all
Okay.
the links with the attendees. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ben. Hey. See
No
you.
worries.
Benjamin.
Thank you, Edwina.
See you.
Thanks, Tony.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.